welcome to issue number 148 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines, create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Oh, Tanner, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were going to be here this week. Well, this is awkward. Well, since you were gone last week, and I could just tell that the show sort of suffered from your absence. And we got a lot of letters about people. Where's Tanner? I miss Tanner. Show's not complete without Tanner. Well, Carl actually helped me kind of hook up a little. A little Tanner Ackerman soundboard. Yes. So you don't actually technically need to do the podcast ever again.
This is all I wanted in my life.
So instead of you saying it, I just said, I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Perfect.
Oh, God.
I don't know if that's picking up. I'll turn it up as loud as I can.
I thought I heard something while I was saying my own name, and I was like, is that a weird feedback? Nope, you were playing my own voice. This actually sounds kind of cool.
I agree, Tanner. It does. It does sound kind of cool. Yeah, I know. And this one, you gotta listen really close. This one is, so we have yeah.
Yeah.
But then we have yeah too, and then in parentheses, sultry.
Yeah. That is sultry. That's very sultry.
Whoa, everybody.
Vibe check. Why the fuck would I have said that? Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
How do you vibe check?
I don't know.
like Borat.
Well, I don't think that it's from Borat, Tanner, but okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess if you want, you never have to do the podcast again. I guess we can. Drew and I can you can just agree and respond and talk about vibe checks.
Do you have a button for it? Do you have the button for the outro?
Oh,
maybe put an outro together with what you got.
No, hell yeah.
That's good.
Yes, no, hell yeah.
All right. Or maybe we could just call Tanner in real quick, tell him what we did, and then he can quickly do an outro.
How long ago did you ask Carl to do that?
He actually thought, so props to Carl. He's the one who came up with the idea.
Of course he did.
This isn't the first time that
and then I just said, we're probably going to record on Sunday if you want to. I found an app that would basically let me just import files. So he did it in the last 24 hours or so.
This isn't the first time he's kind of made he's made an entire message from Tanner once before.
Yeah. He likes taking my voice out of context.
And what a good voice it's for it. I mean, who can blame him? Yeah. Man, I was going to check a notification and it was in the same folder on my iPhone as TikTok. And I almost opened TikTok just out of habit.
Oh, yeah. Can we talk about that? A week ago, you guys were talking about you didn't even know what a TikTok was. Yeah,
Nate said that. But since then, things has happened. Nate, you want to,
we have a friend who will remain nameless because he's so famous.
We've talked about him before. His name is Michael.
His name's Michael, and he started TikTok. And he kept sending us TikToks, and so I was like, "Well, I'll just download the stupid app so that I have TikTok." And now I'm kind of into it.
And now I have TikTok. Shocking. And Tanner was the holdout.
I held out for like 5 days.
Yeah, you did, but then honestly, it's worth it. Once you get past the initial trash of it, and it gets in their algorithm.
The algorithm gets its hooks.
Everyone should follow Drew too. He actually posts videos.
Yeah, I like yours. Yours is pretty good.
3 videos on there. So,
what's your handle on it?
Oh boy. Okay, now I'm actually. I think it is
at Drew Mick.
Yeah. So there's no. Oh no.
Your one video almost has 1,000, Drew. 1,000
views. Yeah, that one took off. It has 8 likes though, so big money. The other one has 33 likes, but less views. So very interesting. Very, very cool.
I still sort of feel like an old man on a young person's platform, looking at things, but you know what? That's fine.
Yeah. And we'll always be the Javert on the outside looking in, and then we'll just, finally step in and sing our soliloquy and commit suicide. I don't know what the next big thing will be, but we'll hold off for about 2 years before finally jumping in.
That's our promise.
I don't know how long TikTok's been around. Did it only come out because Vine got just dropped, basically?
Kinda.
I don't know for sure. I don't know what its history is.
It was originally Musically is what it was.
Oh, yeah.
And they rebranded at a point. I don't, like, they've been, like, Musically, I think it was made, like, 3 or 4 years. If we want to get, like, serious about it, like, that's been around for, like, I want to say 4 years. We're going to start posting all our podcasts on TikTok. It's going to be, like, 50 parts, I think. Because isn't TikTok only a minute long?
I don't know. I've never reached it.
I think it's a minute. So our podcast will be up on that in minute clips.
Okay. That's the only way we will release it now.
God, how irritating would that be?
Oh my God.
It'd be pretty bad.
It's just, you just stumble upon like podcast episode 37, part 15.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
what am
God.
I even listening to?
It'd be horrible. All right. Well, Nate, you want to just let's move on and tell us what we do here, please?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'll take it from here, Tanner. Don't worry. So every week what we do is Drew, you, myself, and Tanner, or a Tanner soundboard, get together and we take strange, bizarre headlines that have been sent in to us from our listeners and use them as an origin story for a superhero or a supervillain. Now, Tanner, you weren't recording with us last week, but I know for a fact you listened to it. So do you remember what we made last week? And could you tell us what we're making this week?
Damn it. So I it took me a while, but I remembered it was like something like soap sudsy related was with the hero. I don't know if you guys did a hero or a villain now that I think about it. But it was a dude who like bathed in a sink at Wendy's. I remember that much about it.
Yeah.
And then I remember you and Drew having a conversation where neither of you knew what you were talking about for a bit, because you asked if Waterworld was about having water or not having water, and then Drew pitched a Waterworld without water. That part had me laughing.
And then he said it was like he thought it was a romantic comedy or
Which
something.
that's not a bit. I 100% thought Waterworld was a
Well, you didn't know-
romance.
it was a Kevin Costner movie that like bankrupted a studio, I think.
Was it because of all the water?
Yeah, it was
So
one of the most
expensive to buy water.
expensive movies to make, and it flopped hard too.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to watch it because it's sci-fi, and I'm
It's worth a
I'm
watch.
always down for that. You've seen?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it was like on TBS like in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Oh, that explains it. It wasn't on FX,
Yep.
and we all know FX got the movies, so yeah, it wouldn't have been on my radar.
Yes, but I don't remember. I apologize. I don't remember what it was called or what specifically their powers were.
Now,
It's
Nate,
a mystery. If you want to know, go back and listen to it. So,
Do you guys not remember?
of course, Tanner, I never do.
Oh,
Drew?
okay, I got it. His name was Super Suds.
Super Suds.
And he absorbed water and could like spray it out. He usually use his hands, but any part that could soak in could also power wash it out.
Sounds kind of cool.
Yeah,
Thanks, Tanner. I think it does sound kind of cool.
But yeah, so I guess
I'm
that's
not gonna. Don't worry, I won't abuse that this whole podcast.
that's what you guys did last
or
week.
you could.
Yes.
Okay, well, if the man wants it, he wants it. So, well, okay, Super Set. So, what are we making this week, Tanner? A villain of some kind, I guess.
was
Super Suds was a hero.
he was the hero? Okay. So yes, we are going to do a villain. And I picked a headline at random already, and that one is number. Oh shit! Lost my number. I feel like I've done this a lot lately. Number 10. And the headline is: Woman discovered plant she's been watering for 2 years is actually plastic.
Oh,
This Fox 5 New York decided that this was newsworthy.
it's not even in like a subset of weird news or anything. No, this is just their straight up
It's
news.
just news.
March 3rd, this came out. Interesting. What's y'all's?
Where'd the water go then?
Well, hold on. Before we go into it, we got to make sure we know that this is a Curtis Clutch Erickson that submitted it.
Oh, thank you, Curtis.
Oh,
Clutch.
important. Thank you.
Clutch Curtis.
Clutch again.
Yeah. What's everyone's experience with plants?
Don't care for them. No, they're fine. I just don't bother having
I
them
like
myself.
the whole oxygen thing. That's
Love
cool.
that.
That's great.
Can't get enough of that.
That's amazing.
My wife has recently got into buying a lot of plants, so we have a lot in our living room now.
Yeah. My fiance is the same way. We got a lot of plants now, and she wants to go out and get another plant, which is fine because the other one she wants to replace is gone. I've got one right here, actually.
Really?
It's on my
I
desk.
got none in my office.
I got one right here because my desk is next to a window and it needs a lot of light. So I've been just kind of pouring whatever into it and seeing what happens.
Ours are all in our living room, like up high, because always the cats fuck with it and like with them and try to eat them and then end up throwing up what they eat of the plants.
I mean, yeah, that's not good.
It's gotten to the point too, because Kelsey, my wife, we have like our location share on our iPhones, where like I've just like looked to check where she was during the day periodically, and one time like she was at the plant store and I just texted her, I'm like, why the fuck are you there again? And she was like, well, I just need some perennials, and those go outside though, thankfully.
Perennials.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
perennials are killing the diamond industry.
Yeah.
Nate with the hot takes on perennials.
I'm sending y'all a picture of this plant I got right here.
Yeah.
Now, believe me, it was more yellow, so it's gotten better. But
hey, that's a nice
I don't really pour water into it. I pour whatever sparkling water is left in my can. It's a spiky boy, is what I call him.
This is real cool looking, actually.
It's apparently a sago palm cycas. I don't know what that is, but it's cool. I like it. He's alright. I pour coffee into it. I feel like that couldn't hurt.
No.
Are you trying to kill this plant?
No, I'm not. It's honestly doing better.
I remember my mom used to like pour her unfinished coffee into plants around the house.
It's just water, and then honestly, whatever's left over is just probably adding to nutrients. So I think it's fine.
Well, I do wonder. So to be honest, I think you're probably fine. But I do wonder about like adjusting soil acidity by putting. But I think at that point, I mean, as long as it's not exclusively coffee,
it's a cactus. No, it's also a sparkling water as well. So.
Nate, do you have outdoor plants? Do you do any of that planting?
I don't do any of that personally, but I mean, like there are plants from Libby's grandparents owned this house before us, so there are existing plants and stuff outside, but nothing that we really monitor that much.
Nate literally just got done filling in an area to put plants in with concrete.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the plants. Who needs them?
I don't want them. That's like my parents. Whenever they got just sick of a tree in their lawn, they just cut it down. Then my dad was like, I hate all these leaves getting up in my eavesdrops. I'm going to cut this tree down. And then we suddenly didn't.
I totally get that, though.
Yeah, but it's also like, there goes all our fucking shade, Dad. And it just looks ugly. And then he doesn't pay to get the stumps removed.
That's worse. That's way worse.
God, they don't live there anymore. I don't understand them. My parents decorating.
Then just say what the address is so our viewers can go check out the house.
Nate, what's your
By
address?
viewers, I mean listeners. What the fuck?
Yeah, people watch this.
I got people watching outside the window.
But anyway, we should get back to the cusp, the whatever this is. So we're making a villain. Woman discovers plant she's been watering is actually plastic. What if it's a villain? That's too poison ivy, though. Someone who can turn things into plants, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to do like whatever they touch turns to the plastic or something, because I feel like we've done stuff like that very recently.
We did a Midas thing recently.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but it just sounds familiar. No, I don't think it makes more sense to go plastic, but we don't do enough with plants.
Can they do plastic things come to life or become real versions of whatever the plastic version of it is?
Ooh, interesting.
Is that something?
Ooh, I like that.
Like they could take a plastic gun and make it a real gun in their hand all of a sudden.
And that's a villain.
They're the other villain, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they could just go into a toy store and everything in there is like, they can make it become...
Here's a little plastic axe, the part of the firefighter's kit.
Mm-hmm.
A little, and it's just kill them.
There's like a really tall, like almost, I don't know, like a 6 feet tall, like plastic giraffe or something.
Oh man, could you? Okay, that'd be cool. But like they could set up like some sort of black market like system under them that relies on them. They could easily import shit with no problem, and then like,
that's a good point.
There it is.
Just import toy versions of things and then be like, well, I'll just touch it and now it's a real pile of cocaine.
Versus the plastic pile of cocaine. Now, last week we talked a bit about super soakers, but what would the super soaker actually turn into a gun? Or what would happen there?
That's a good question.
Or does it have to be a literal, like, with the orange tip to it to make sure it's a toy?
So I think it almost is like there has to be. It only works on things that actually have real life analogs.
That
Like
are
a
based
super
on
soaker sort
something.
of exists in a place where there is no like a super soaker is not a toy something. It's just like it's not a toy blank. It just is a toy.
Yeah.
You know, so like there's no real like real quote unquote version of it. Whereas like those fake guns with the orange tips are very clearly an orange like handgun
Yeah.
or a toy handgun rather.
Let's maybe back up and try to figure out what her origin story is, and maybe we can go from there. 'Cause I really like this turns plastic into real. It's kind of magical. It's got to be magical.
Yes, probably. That or they drink a bunch of plastic.
Now, how would that make a no, Tanner, please. How would that make a giraffe?
You can hear in your voice. You're just like breaking down in your head. Like, wait, this makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense. We haven't some sort of magic. What magic? Where's the magic coming from?
Disneyland.
That that gave me it's unraveling in my mind. Now, what if it was an old, broken down, like, ride where you ride along in it, there's animatronic shit in there, and somehow going through that ride gave her these powers, and then she was able to bring the animatronics to life?
So was it like at an abandoned amusement park?
Yeah.
That she was going through on a dare or something?
Yeah. That could work. I was like imagining like Pirates of the Caribbean in my head.
Okay, so I was gonna say like the only rides I can think of with like animals or animatronics was just like a carousel with like the horses that just go up and down.
Oh man, there's so many rides with animatronics at Disney World.
I was
though,
gonna say like Splash Mountain definitely has some shit, and that's about the extent of it.
Caribbean. I mean, they're everywhere, man.
That's it. Nate doesn't know anything about Disney.
Don't like it.
I went the one time back in 2000, so I like to think I was there.
I'm a bit of an expert myself.
Yeah, a little bit. Third grade. Ooh, I had a shaved head, so I had like butch haircut. I got real sunburn on my scalp.
Is this the same time that you went to somewhere and your mom yelled at you about trying to go to Berenstain Bearland?
No, see, that was up here in Minnesota. That was me.
Okay.
That was I don't remember telling you this story. All right.
I think you told it on the podcast.
I think it was Valley Fair. Did I? I may have. I don't know.
I don't know. Tell it quickly.
It was Valley Fair.
It was a while ago.
And I was very much a small child, not in third grade, not doing this when I was in third grade. Nate. No, I was a child, and like they had at Valley Fair these Berenstain Bears like phone booths that you could go up to and like answer the phone, and a character from Berenstain Bears would talk to you, and I was all about that shit. Like as a kid, it was Berenstain Bears and Dumbo, or not Dumbo, Babar. I love those. So then like I saw one up ahead, and I just ran ahead without my family to go and answer that phone. And next thing I know, my older brother was like grabbing me and pulling me back, and my mom started yelling at me. It was a fun time. I was also someone that needed.
Well, all right,
that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember much after that. It's that stuff that sticks with you. I was also a kid that needed, let's call it what it was, a leash.
Still do.
My mom was like, no, it wasn't a leash, attached to your hand or attached to your wrist. And I was like, yeah, well, I still couldn't get far. You would yank me back. I was just
that bad about wandering?
Apparently I was.
Wow. That doesn't seem like you as I know you now, at least.
Yeah, I think the leash did its training well. My mom taught me how to, what's the dog term? Heel, how to heel. Yeah, so I was a piece of shit. little bastard of a child.
Little stinker.
Yeah. And now we never went back to Berenstain Bearland. It was kind of a and now I moved up here, and what do I find? It's not here anymore because
weirdly, Berenstain Bears not as much in the cultural consciousness anymore, except for that one time people were like, "What is the name of it?"
Berenstain. Yeah, good stuff.
And Camp Snoopy's not Camp Snoopy anymore in the Mall of America.
Well, Nickelodeon.
It is up
now.
here and in here.
Yeah, everyone up here is just like, no, it's Camp Snoopy still. It's like, go there. It's not though.
Yeah, it's all Nickelodeon.
It's
right?
Nickelodeon
universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, and Avatar is still like painted up, so like that's cool. I love
Yeah, that's true.
like Aang, the Last Airbender, which hasn't been on air for like years, although it was weirdly suddenly back in the zeitgeist because it got put on Netflix, so everyone's watching it. Anyway,
we're at like almost 25 minutes in. We should probably
we should get going.
Keep going.
So goes through ride, and like there's some weird magic going on, and that comes out, is able to make things, and maybe there's an incident where that whole place just comes alive that night and just goes on a rampage, like Jumanji,
Night
basically.
At the museum.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then she goes home, makes her plant a real plant, and calls it a night.
The end.
The
now,
end.
how is she a villain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like when she got dared to go through the ride, like on the other side, they were waiting outside it and they dumped pig's blood on her or something?
Oh, it's like Carrie or whatever.
Oh, no, that was an original concept I had just now.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then actually, what if we never give villains lairs? What if she just like takes up residence in this old abandoned amusement park and like everything is alive around her and kind of protecting her, and she can do stuff from there, I guess.
So what does she want to do?
What's her motivation? What's anyone's motivation?
We're getting
Oh my God, you're right.
philosophical now. Do you remember there was a time where one of us just threw out like someone wanted to hit the moon, like it was a big baseball or something, and we just went, okay, sure, and that was like what we decided their goal was.
What's the biggest, coolest piece of plastic thing out there that would be cool to make into a real thing?
Pez dispenser.
Those are very small, usually.
Yeah, but what? Oh man,
Historically, very small. Gains, Pez dispenser.
What if that thing gains sentience and is just screaming because it's
little tiny Scrooge McDuck fucking Pez dispenser, just screaming, dying?
I mean, like, have you ever seen like a traveling thing that's like it'll be in like museums or something where it's like Jurassic Alive or something? It's like big plastic like dinosaurs that are like meant to be like life size and stuff.
Like an animatronic one, or
no, just like they're to
dinosaurs.
scale, like models,
but not the bones. It's actually sculpted to look like a dinosaur.
Yes,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Can't say I've seen it, but yeah, I am familiar with the concept.
Those could be bad.
That maybe she lives in a big city, and she can just venture out and like take over. Like maybe. Oh well. Here we go. Maybe one of her first plans is to rob a museum. Then she just so happens to find out that they just put up that new dinosaur exhibit. So there's her. That's part of her plan there. And there's maybe this huge, very expensive, like diamond on display or something.
Now, so are we just saying that she is an inherently greedy person, or what? Like, what is her motivation for doing all this stuff?
To dump pig's blood on her.
Oh, just because she's mad. Okay, I forgot about the pig's blood.
She's
stuff.
very
That's
bitter
fine.
about how she's been treated, and we can kind of relate. Maybe
What?
We can all relate to that. Being mad about how we were treated, how people who will go on name used to like drag you into the bathroom and swirly you.
Oh, you're talking about our fun pranks we did in high school to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it was funny.
Yeah.
I remember you.
I remember you laughing. Let's just clear the air. That never happened.
Yeah, just to be clear, I didn't bully Drew in high school. I want this.
No,
to be clear.
we made
Yeah,
that
we
joke
bully him
before,
now.
but no.
Yeah, I do give Drew swirlies anytime I see him now.
We give
but not
each
in high
other
school.
flack. I call you a big bastard, and you glue my
you
car door
cry
shut
for a
and-
while and then kind of get mad and
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, could it be is it enough to say that she's just bitter at the world that's mistreated her and wants things
gotten
for
bullied
herself.
one too many times.
Yeah, it's a problem. What else? I mean, is there a plan with the museum to just cause enough chaos to like go in and take that diamond
and then sell it on the black market to get enough money to reopen that amusement park?
Oh, is that her big plan?
But then like the twist is everything and it's alive.
Oh shit! What if she actually runs a amusement park and like people just get pickpocketed and robbed all the time?
Yeah,
because they don't know what's happening, and it's like, I went and posed next to the statue of Snoopy, or I don't know, Brother Bear from Berenstain Bears. No, I don't know if their last name was Bear. Oh, now I gotta look up the Berenstain Bears. A statue there, and then it like pickpockets you as you pose next to it.
Did you figure out what their last name is?
So the authors were named Berenstain, and I don't know what the family. Yeah, it is Papa Bear, and then Sister Bear, and Brother Bear. Originally Small Bear, but they renamed him because they did have a whole book where he had to deal with a younger sister. Something I can relate to.
You really, really saw a lot in the Berenstain Bears.
The only thing I loved more than Berenstain Bears was Babar. I loved Babar so much.
What is Babar? Do you know what this is name?
It's the little tiny elephant.
It's an elephant
French,
who lived in France, and
I just read Garfield.
Yeah, I know.
I love Garfield books though. Collected those bad boys.
Yeah, I still have all mine, as I think I've talked about on this podcast before.
Because of his travels and civilizations, Babar is appointed the king of the Elephant Kingdom.
Yeah,
he marries his cousin. They subsequently have children and
Yeah.
teach them valuable lessons.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He marries his cousin.
And then he
What's the problem?
When did this book come out?
he first appeared in like 1931, so it was fine. You could marry your cousin
it
then.
was fine to marry your cousin then.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't remember that it was a cousin. Cecile. I remember his wife's name was Cecile.
No,
and there was
I never. I guess my family didn't want me reading about cousin marrying.
I think his mom also died. Was killed by a hunter.
Drew, it's Celeste.
What?
Marries his cousin Celeste.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Oh, never mind. Got it. The book was based off of Brunhoff's, the author's wife or something like that.
Yeah, Cecile.
Cecile. That's it. Celeste, right. And there was some little lady who helped Babar. Babar wanted a suit, so she got him a suit, I think. Anyway.
This is a Babar podcast now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Garfield just really liked lasagna.
That's his in.
Odie. Or did he love him secretly?
Don't know.
He also hated Mondays.
And Nermal.
Yes. I think Nermal he actually hated. Odie.
Did he like John or just tolerate John? I don't know.
A little both.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say. Anyway, get enough money to open up amusement park and just rob people. What happens if people win a toy at her amusement park? Is the toy alive?
Yes, and it eats their face.
Oh.
I know. How do they stay open then?
I watched the Goosebumps show literally last night, the episode of that where they did Horrorland. Yeah. I don't know if you guys were you ever into Goosebumps, either of you?
No, I was into Babar, man. No room for Goosebumps, Babar.
Do you know are you familiar with the Horrorland one, Nate?
Not maybe. I'm not off the top of my head, but you might remember.
Well, it's just a family stumbles upon an amusement park where the parking lot's empty other than a couple cars there that clearly have been sitting there for a while, but they still go in and stuff. It's I kind of imagine it's just like that. People go in every now and then, and it's how does this place even stay open? This doesn't seem sustainable that they're eating the people and stuff.
Yeah. It's just you suspend a little belief here. Also, wouldn't it be cool if people take home a stuffed animal and then that stuffed animal just robs them blind and disappears? Cool. Oh no, the title to the house. Well, this is mine now, and that's how the amusement park expands.
That's how the law works.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got the title in their hands. I mean,
it's there. Theirs. All right. Should we move into Costume?
Yeah.
Costume. What does she look like? She could have a carnival look to her, I guess, but
What are carnival outfits?
it's the pinstripe shirt with the hat and the cane.
Yeah,
But
I didn't know how to describe that, but that is kind of what I was.
We've already
The
done
suspenders.
someone who looks exactly like that.
You're right. We did carnival trades.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's like
Okay,
we
we
literally
can't do
did
that, then.
like the pinstripe with the hat and the.
What if she kind of had like a neck, like a long robed look? I don't know what that has to do with anything though. Just that she's spooky.
I don't know, like what are like things that are stereotypical? Like there's a toy version of it, like clothing wise, but if she made it like an authentic version, it would be kind of cool.
She's got a pirate sword that she got at the carnival.
Are there toy jetpacks, like fake jetpacks? Because maybe she made that real.
Probably.
She's
That
got a
would be an
jetpack.
example of like if there was a water jetpack or something, she could maybe make that into a real jetpack.
Yeah. Right?
Are we gonna just give her a jetpack? All right.
I don't shit.
Why
sure.
not?
Fuck it. Whatever. And she's got that.
We can have
pack.
somebody trying to hit the moon like a baseball. We can have somebody make a
Why not have a jetpack?
jetpack. Why not?
Or could she like go? What if she had like something cooler, like a hoverboard, or she can do anything.
Fuck, that would be pretty cool. Have the like because they make replica Back to the Future hoverboards.
Yeah, I was exactly thinking of that.
Yeah, that I like that. That's what we're doing.
Way cooler than jetpack, and she could
Yes.
just carry it around.
Hell, yes.
Oh, is it Back to the Future? Oh,
I
I'm no.
I don't want to
longer
bring
interested.
bad movies into this.
Yeah, only good
Just
movies
kidding.
here, like Waterworld and Babar.
Not enough cousin marrying in Back to the Future.
More almost having sex with your mom.
Yeah, and like that's too tame for Drew's taste.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they didn't go all the way with that. They didn't commit and get married like Babar. Those cowards. Babar was ahead of his time. Hoverboard. It's kind of. She's kind of like an updated like witch kind of like, but doesn't have a broom. Has a fucking cool ass hoverboard.
Yeah, she's dope.
She could kind of have like maybe a punk look to her. Is the hoverboard enough? Because that's pretty rad. And then oh man, why are we limiting it to just regular guns? What if she has a fucking laser gun
That's a good point.
or a lightsaber? Fuck, what can she not do?
Shit, yeah. I mean, she could have some like,
That's true.
like Boba Fett style armor. I'm sure there's some costume of
Yeah,
that.
she got
Some-
Mandalorian armor.
Mando.
Why not?
And the hoverboard. Oh man,
Yeah.
but the Mando comes with a jetpack.
Why not both?
Why
Yeah.
not
For
both?
those really, so you want to have some sick jumps?
She
Yeah,
has
you can
so many
jetpack.
things she could do. She's not limited to one costume.
No.
No, anything.
Anything. Just Star Wars though is the only thing I can think of. What's another?
She gets one of those. She gets that thing from Alien, that big like exosuit.
Oh
that'd
shit, that'd
be
be
cool.
awesome. Yeah, maybe that's another side to her. Like she goes out and collects all these nerdy paraphernalia that I would frankly love to have, but she can, man, make it real.
Well, it's also possible that like she wants to get rich so that she can fund the creation of trying to actually build an exosuit, crazy expensive. Building a plastic version of it, way less expensive.
Yeah.
So like trying to get the money so that she can make these plastic versions that she can then turn real for her own purposes.
Now, what would happen if she went to a DeLorean, and from a replica of Back to the Future? Would it turn into a time traveling machine? Like,
Well, DeLoreans are made of steel,
you're right. It has
so it have
to be
completely
plastic.
made of plastic.
That's the one. That is the limit.
Yep.
You're right.
Thank God. Well, they certainly, yeah. But say she made a plastic replica of a DeLorean.
Could she?
don't know.
Is her powers that far? Maybe she's not even thinking that. She's thinking too small, but she can create a time travel machine. Fuck.
Possibly?
That's amazing. Yeah. All right. She's just got a bunch of cosplay, like shit, and it's real. And she wears it and also sells it online. Has a lightsaber.
That's the dream.
What's comic book cover? Is it the dinosaurs or is it her amusement
Maybe it's
park?
the dinosaurs coming to life, but she's hoverboarding through all the dinosaurs with Boba Fett's armor on, just like really give you a look at
with a
what we're kinda doing
lightsaber
here.
in one hand and like what's another fantasy
Laser gun.
Yeah, just chaos everywhere.
It's rad as hell.
No one can see what she looks like because Mandalorian culture can't take the helmet off. And then name. What's we went real far away from woman discovers plant she's been watering for 2 years is actually plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she made that initially. First thing she did was went home and made that plant real, and then it immediately died. She was overwatering it.
Yeah, I mean succulents don't need that much water.
No. There's amusement park. This one's so broad. We don't really have like something that we can really
focus
nail
on the
down.
plastic part. Drastic plastic.
No, Tanner. There's one thing I really want to hear from you. I haven't heard it for a long time. Can you please just
her name could be Pat, and she could be Plastic Pat.
That's it. Oh, thank God.
Something fantastic. No, but that sounds too hero-y.
Yeah, that's why I said drastic, but that's still like it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Hmm.
Can she control the things that she brings to life? I don't know if
we never like. I like to think that probably the dinosaurs don't turn on her or anything like that. Or at the very least, if we're saying that like people take prizes home and they get robbed, the things kind of obey her a little bit.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, it makes no sense why this thing remains open, but it's like where are you getting all these toys? Where is your expense report for that? What taxes? Where's this extra income?
She just touches the fake plastic money from like toy sets and it becomes real.
Yeah, you're right. The plastic surgeon.
I almost said that because I was like, what if she was a surgeon? No, but I guess really... the plastic surgeon kind of works because, I mean, people have used like doctor in their name, villain names and stuff, and aren't actually doctors.
Yeah. I'm not in love with it, but it's honestly the best thing we've got.
Something with like the plastic puppeteer. Is there something there? She's not really doing puppets, but they like...
Enthusi plastic.
Jesus.
Bomb plastic.
I mean, I hate, like, plastic surgeon seems like the best one,
yeah,
even though it doesn't,
so.
like, really describe what they do, but it's like
plastic surgeon.
Like a fun play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plastic Susan.
Because her name is Susan.
Exactly. All right, plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Plastic surgeon?
Yeah, plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon.
The plastic surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to close it out?
Yeah, please do that thing.
Play us
Sorry,
out,
hey,
dude.
well, Nate can
what's that?
Can Tanner play us out? Yeah, okay. All right.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Yeah, he's Tanner Ackerman.
Yeah, that's it. Told us at the beginning. Now, Tanner, that was at the beginning. Can you just finish it up here? End it?
like Borat.
I mean, if you want to
right.
do it like Borat, I guess.
All right. No,
I'm not going to do it like Borat.
Could real Tanner please play us out here?
Will the real Tanner please stand up and play us out?
So yeah, this is going to conclude issue number 148 of Headline Heroes. This week we recreated the villain, the Plastic Surgeon. At this time, as always, I'd like to thank Brett Jacobson for creating the art for our show. Brett is just a really good friend and helped me out when my wife accidentally locked herself outside of the house this weekend.
A real thing. Props to Brett.
One of the times where I say something genuine about Brett.
I love your jokes.
And also,
about bread.
he hates plastic.
Yeah.
Not very good.
He
at
likes
these.
to eat it.
There you go.
We also want to thank Carl Sorensen. Carl did the music for our podcast and helps with all the post-production of the audio. And a very special shout out this week. Helped me get all those clips of Tanner saying various things to put in my little soundboard. If you're interested in working with Carl on any sort of musical project, and that includes making a soundboard for you and your friends, you can reach out to him at carljsorensen.com. And of course, we, as always, are part of the PodFix Network, a collection of lovely podcasts with lovely people that you would probably love if you like us. You can check them out at podfixnetwork.com, where there's a link to their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, and a link to all the various podcasts they have.
If you come across any articles, want to send them our way, we'd love to have them. You can send them to our email, headlineheroescast@gmail.com, our Twitter, which is, once again, I'll say back. And if you could also give us a follow while you're there, if you haven't already. Again, if you followed us before, you are no longer following us, so we would really appreciate that. So at headline_heroes is the Twitter. We have our Facebook group, Headline Heroes, and of course our subreddit, r-headline heroes. If you want to call in, leave us a voicemail. We'd love to play it and talk about it. The number is 319-596-6766, so give us a call. Whatever you're listening to us on, be it iTunes, Google Play, or any other podcast app. If you could give us a rating, a review, something positive, what you like, that would be great. Hit the subscribe button, tell a friend about us, and finally, thank you for listening, and we hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.